It's time for Power Hour.
Just close the fucking door.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the monthly candle close stream. We got it on Wall Street, and it's crazy, right? How we just had peak crescendo of the mania on the last day of the month of July, and you gotta wonder, are the bots gonna flip a switch? Was that it? Microsoft, Meta, craziness. We'll look at it. Bitcoin going for its lowest daily candle close since possibly July 9th. It'd be the lowest daily close of the sideways consolidation for 2 weeks. And look above my head, it's just, you have a high, a lower high. Now, you just have consecutive lower highs here. Even really locally, these two highs lower than this high. And it's like, maybe we're starting to see resolution of this consolidation that is not quite good. But, right, 114 CME futures gap, 112. This is what we're discussing. Like, we're not acting like we know which direction Bitcoin's going next, because there's an argument for the sellers for sure. And the buyers would have an argument, I think, if you could keep the price propped above 16.8 long enough. But you can see they're breaking it today with the macro wide sell-off. Assets down after hours. Amazon reported blowout earnings, but doesn't matter when you've run up like nonstop leading into earnings. You had a positive news catalyst on the cloud, AWS revenue yesterday, and then a positive candle today with a lot of the macro selling off. And it was just like, it would have been more surprising at this point to see Amazon pump after hours. So that's kind of drawn the market down some. You got the futures down on the new day, reopened about an hour and 10 minutes ago. And yeah, let's look at Bitcoin's monthly. I hope y'all are doing well. So the good news is, right, monthly, we're going for history. Going for the highest monthly candle close for the third month in a row. This month, and only this month, did we achieve the 100% measure move of the big cup with handle, and really no higher. Got less than an hour till this is confirmed. So a 3-month win streak, pretty good on Bitcoin. Sorry to say, Ethereum, nothing like this. BNB though, maybe. Let's look. They haven't been doing too well. Altcoins not hot. I mean, Bitcoin draws down 1.45%. You can imagine 3% losses plus for a lot of the alts. So just getting out of the way. Let us do Ethereum. I mean, if all stays the same or higher, if you can even believe it, it would be the highest monthly candle close since May of last year. So 52-week plus highs. But it's real close. I mean, any sell-off, like you go $1 lower on the close, then it's going to be the highest close since November, which, okay. Clearly no breakout. We know this 3,900 level is huge. It's a big deal. But, I mean, come on, man. What do you want? A 50% candle this month. They've done enough. So to stall out at a level where there might be supply, come on, man. What do you want? What do you want? That's it. Candle high close in the weekly. How many times? Doing it again. And the good news is, any pullback we get in the coming weeks will most likely manifest into a higher low than the previous lows. We'll have a potential partial decline, and maybe later in the year we'll get a retest of 3,900, and then at that point we would have a major or a high probability of a breakout. So this is all we got going on. 50% in 1 month, I would say that is divine for Ethereum. Hype in the chat. XRP. Here's your weekly, not too hot, right? Oof. Is that a tweezer top? Maybe, but let's look at the monthly here, because this is what's closing. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Talk about a buzzkill of all buzzkills. XRP was almost certainly going to make an all-time high on the close, and now it's debatable. Like, it is controversial where it could very well not happen, because you're like at the same 1/10 of a cent right now of the highest monthly close we ever saw in January. Here we are, 6-7 months later, same price, going for the same exact close. Could we please just get Bitcoin rally a little bit? So, I mean, right now, like, I have to scale in with a microscope. It would be the highest monthly close ever, but barely. And this is subject to change because we have so much time left. See that? I mean, just, we'll see. So maybe history is incoming on XRP on the monthly if we just any bounce on Bitcoin. Let's hope that happens. Okay. Daily on XRP. Going for maybe a more formidable test of $3 and $2.90. The good news is, you know, you go a little lower to $2.90, you probably will get some nice divergence on the 4-hour, maybe a dragon or something like that, dragon pattern. Yeah, like, it's not, you would want a lower low, probably a 113, 113% minimum, which is probably going to take you to 290, a 127. I mean, this could go all the way, dude, to 270 and still be valid for an XABC. They could take it to max threshold of a 1618, which is down at key levels. So that would be worst case scenario. Best case scenario for some sort of dragon would be like maybe like 290, yeah, 293, 292. Yeah, going for your lowest 4-hour candle close. I mean, it's real close. Possibly the lowest close since mid-July, July 16th. But whatever, okay? Trying to make sense of this. You're not quite fully developed in what we would want probably for a dragon. You probably want a little lower. Daily, going for the lowest daily candle close since July 16th or possibly the 15th. Okay, and that's where we are. All right. Now we go to BNB, which is holding up pretty well, only down 0.22%. Just a few days removed from its all-time high. A few days removed from a major 1272 achieved for the first time literally ever. We're talking anchoring from the 2021 all-time high to the lowest point of that bear market. Incredible. Just clean, concise breakout that is certain. I mean, it's already cemented. If you look at the monthly, look at this, dude. Just, it is certain. Certainly broken out. Certainly going for the highest monthly close ever. And it's beautiful. Bullish engulfing candle. You got a 20% gain on the month. That is, I think, phenomenal. Nothing to worry about here. Even the worst case, man, they could take this back to 691 next month for a back test to confirm its validity. What was once resistance flips to support, and it's never happened before. It would still be amazing. So that would be like if we go to 691 again, something really bad has happened on Bitcoin, which we're hoping doesn't happen. You know, so there's just not much out here. We've done it. I mean, they've done it on this. Let me these should be visible on the monthly too. Yeah, so 905 and $1,000 are your next fib extensions. They hit that 1272, and that's kind of where it stalled out. Nice. All right. Yeah, MicroStrategy meeting ran 2 hours. Was it just Michael Saylor talking about Bitcoin being thermodynamically superior to all other economic assets in the world or the universe? It is fun listening to that man talk about Bitcoin. It definitely gives you orange tinted glasses if you listen too long. Got to stay grounded. But long term, we know Bitcoin. Who cares? Oh my God, dude! Bitcoin goes to 112 or 114K. Oh no! It's still 112 to 114K. So I guess the only people that would have problems with that would be newer market participants that weren't here when Bitcoin was in the 3,000s or even lower. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't know how people could be upset and have problems with Bitcoin about to be making the highest monthly candle close in human history in less than 45 minutes. All right, so BNB, incredible. No question. I'm at this point, I'm just saying, right, since we're going for the highest monthly close ever, like Bitcoin, this is going to be your best performing crypto asset in the world with any sort of market cap of significance, right? A top 10. I mean, like, cool, XRP did the thing, and it So XRP we could have an all-time high on the monthly, but again, the way the monthly is closing is a lot different, right? BNB compared to XRP, where man, God, did we hit 366, and XRP is off its all-time high by like 17%, and then BNB is just like a few days removed, down about 7% off its undeniable all-time high. See, and XRP is like, well, it might not even be an all-time high if Bitcoin dips any more in the next 42 minutes. So you got to give it to BNB, man. CZ and his goons did it. They did it. So then we can shift gears to Solana. Yeah, Solana's monthly. Very lackluster. Nice bullish engulfing candle, though. Got no problems with that. Going for the highest monthly candle close since January. Cool. But yeah, leaves one wanting. Nothing like BNB, nothing like XRP. In fact, not even quite like Ethereum for that matter. See, I think if it was like Ethereum, I don't know, maybe it's like Ethereum in a way. It's in the Ethereum category. 208. Looks like they tested that old high from November 2021. Yeah. Still an active trade setup and all that, but definitely they hit profit taking level 1 and 2. Then it was the up thrust and the back test of up thrust, and then you're catching follow through, and it looks like you got a very high probability of just seeing the next support, which I think is 162 to 159. Right, the gray zone, the entry of the setup. So pretty pathetic, with what's been going on in these markets. There is froth on top of the froth. It is not a very common. It is not very common that we see equities do what's been going on in the past 6 weeks. Not quite like this. Even more. I mean, really, since April, there have been no meaningful pullbacks on the equities markets, the index funds, some of these Mag 7s. It's been a straight line up almost every day, every other day. And I'm just saying, like, for that being the context of the macro, Solana doing this is pretty bad. It's like, okay, Solana, congratulations, trading at the same price you were trading at March 17th of 2024, same price you were trading at September 2021. Not great, man. Nvidia all-time highs. Microsoft, Amazon rivaled its all-time high. Yeah, it got beaten down today, but still at least hit an 886 from its previous high to low. And this isn't even close, like a 50% retrace. It's just very bad performance compared to many other assets that have way more intrinsic value too. So, all right, not great. Probably going to 160 just for a test. And I hope the test is successful. The buyers succeed in holding the level, defending it as support with a 200-day moving average right there too. So, Paris Fisher, you just got here. Got to lock in. Lock in, man. That's a Zoomer term. Lock in. What are the other ones? Skibidi, but God, can't even think. Zoomer right now. We're too focused on the chart. So we looked at the monthly on the biggest cryptos out there. Let us go to the top 10. The remainder of the top 10. Dogecoin down 4%. Looks like we're going to be getting a 17.8 test in time, if you're patient. Hey, good news. We're going for the highest monthly candle close since January. Hey, good news. We're going for a bullish engulfing candle on the monthly. That's nice. We're covering the previous candle, covering the previous 4 candles. Nice. But unfortunately, going to close not broken above the March 2024 peak, which is huge. It's kind of everything. Yeah, that's your monthly. It's going to be okay, I guess. Yeah, daily is like, well, you broke supports, all of it. All of it, man. The 22-cent threshold, candle close for March of last year. You're breaking the 200-day moving average today for now. We got 38 minutes. Maybe they recapture. They could. That's how close it is. But I think losing 22 cents could be looking at a 18-cent Doge in time. Deeper retrade. And that would be good. It would be a incredible little setup for 3 rising valleys. We would kind of, at this point, you kind of just, I'm going to say, prefer it So on the weekly, we could get a third test, and then it's a beautiful classic accumulation structure, a spring, back test of spring. Like they broke it and they never confirmed it. This is what we would want. I'm thinking at this point, 16, 17, 18 cents would be nice. Even if we didn't get it, it would be nice down here, but we'll see. Very disappointing couple weeks, right? Doge down 12% last week, down 25% in less than 2 weeks. Welcome to crypto. Oh, it's vomit, dude. Straight vomit. Okay, measure Dogecoin monthly meh. All right, we'll go to Cardano now. Down 2.6%. Hey, you're gonna get a bullish engulfing candle. You're gonna be covering the previous 4 months candles. Wow, this is pretty interesting. You know what, Cardano, it could go a little deeper if things got bad, but you're almost looking at some sort of a Litecoin situation with the classic accumulation, the three valleys. I'm wondering if this is it, and this is a signal candle. Because look what's really important about this chart. Look at the 2017 candle on Binance. Like, that is the candle close reversal. Right, they took it there, and it was, the cycle was over. You know, obviously the next month was the manic. That was January 2018. If you were participating in that market, the ICO bubble, it was nuts. That was the XRP. How do I buy XRP on CNBC? Oh no, my God, dude. You know, your boss is hitting you up. How do I even get on Binance to buy XRP? I got to own it now at $250. And then it was over. So, I mean, like, that is very significant, right? If you are, that's a cycle top on monthly closes. Look, with 35 minutes, it's like showing that, like, they're going to break that. It's like a breakout being confirmed on the monthly, and it's also bullish engulfing. So I think that's pretty cool. Notable. Not much beyond that. I think that's nice. Above, what, 72.2 cents? Daily, what have we been talking about throughout the week on this one? We've been looking at it. We want a retest of 65 cents, 68 cents. We want it to be violated if so, and then recaptured and then reconfirmed. So we have evidence of accumulation. We have none of that of the year of 2025. No accumulation evidence. You only have the same lows, not more than before. So to get a 65-cent test that's violated and they recapture and we get some pivot points, then we would have evidence of accumulation. But until then, they ran up and they hit the top of the 25 downtrend, conceptualized the parallel channel tool. At the same time, 90 cents, 92 cents was tested. That's a key support resistance. And that was it. So right up against the 200 moving average. It would be nice to go lower if you want to, like, actually speculate and construct a trading plan with some decent reward or risk. To long now doesn't really make much sense because you're not at a key level. You're trading actually below a key level. So I would just wait, and we're always just waiting for opportunities to present themselves. If not, whatever, we'll look at we'll look at it and we'll talk about the levels. That's it. Zaner, that was the top, man. 366, 360, whatever. Okay, so those are your Cardano, and then we'll go to the last of the top 10, which is Tron. Which Tron, again, remember the communist Chinese, is another world, its own little universe. Yeah, this is there's something going on, right? Like, I can't remember. This is all the data. This goes back to 2018. I don't think it is. I think the old high was 22 cents or something like that. Let me try to, like, find something. Was it the US dollar? No, see, this goes back to November. This was that's it, right? I'm pretty sure it got listed in the ICO boom in October 2017. So yeah, you got a high point of 35 cents. Oh, wow, look at that, man. This is like not US dollar tether, just US dollar. And that spike, I'm talking about the ICO bubble, dude. Imagine buying up here. Many people did. And then by the time the monthly closed, it was down 85%. FOMO, dude. So look, that's where we went. That was to the height of this run so far, 35 cents and no higher. But you are going for the highest monthly candle close. Again, talking about 3 in a row now, just like Bitcoin. 3-month wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Bitcoin streaking. Tron streaking 3 months in a row of record closes on the monthly time scale. And that's it. It's beautiful in its own world, for sure. Parabola. Curve line. I mean, just the demand is accelerated. So you just have to, you couldn't plot this with a parallel or just a standard trend line tool. Got to use the curve line. It's nuts. All right, those are your top 10 cryptos. It's not all 10 because the other ones are stable coins in market cap, but whatever. All right, so let's just real quick look at, I think, some more history that is coming. Yes, we are soon to be making history on total market cap. Coupled with Handelman, yeah, in the end, coupled with Handelman. But yeah, we're never before have we seen a monthly candle close at 3.74 trillion. And the highest we had before was 3.45 trillion. So rejoice in history. This volume candle, my God, highest volume we have seen on total market cap since February 2021. That's very interesting. Very strong. I mean, where is it? I guess it's just Bitcoin and Binance Coin and XRP. Those are kind of the drivers of total market cap, because we know the remainder of the market is pretty much just gutter scum. Oh my God, dude, we're at the same lows we were at in 2022 or 2021 or 2019 or 2018, and we may be confirming a bottom again for the 80th time in 7 years. Whoa. They're not the reason why this aggregate is going to hit all-time highs in 30 minutes. So, all right. Yeah, it's sad, dude. Altcoins, too many now. Way too many. You're probably better off just with the larger cap ones. Maybe top 25. Is the mic okay? Sorry, maybe I'm a little too close to my mic. It might have been clipping. I just moved it back, so maybe it's a little better. Chat, let me know. I hate that. Sorry. Maybe the stream's ruined because I've been speaking too close to the mic for the whole stream now. Like 25 minutes. Yeah, G-Dog, that's right. Sad emojis. Bitcoin nearing its lows of the day. And in the end, I mean, like, that is really pretty structure, right? If you know about classic distribution or classic accumulation, it's really pretty. It's very symmetrical, like a high to low here, 88% retrace, high to low, 88% retrace. They're all just, it's almost perfect. And then really the icing on the cake was like yesterday and today with these rallies we've seen on the Asian session. Just can't even come close to rivaling the previous high we saw just on the 28th. It was always good. It was fine. Okay. Oh, the music should be really quiet, so there should be no problems hearing me. But anyway, yeah, Bitcoin at 116,000, looking to possibly break it. I mean, I don't know why at this point we don't just go see that 115.7, that swing low from that wick low from July 15th, and just I think yesterday, yeah, from yesterday too. So remember the argument though. Bitcoin futures. We must play, chat. Jesus chimes. We must. We must. Bitcoin futures, highest daily candle close in human history. That's it. It's done. Confirmed. Can't take it away from us. I mean, they can, but they can't take away the fact that this was the highest monthly close we've ever seen until next month if they do it again. But that is 3 months in a row of record closes from May to June to July. Summertime. Savage. Okay. If you want to talk about a couple of handle on Bitcoin futures, measure move was already hit. You talk about Fibonacci, all that was hit from the previous high to low. It's incredible. What an asset. Great futures. Who cares now, right? That's the monthly. Amazing. We go to daily. We understand we have to sneeze, but we can't. We just can't sneeze, man. 113.8 is a sneeze. Gap fill. 103.3, 96.6, and certainly 91.6. I mean, these are all 4 different unfilled gaps. Maybe one would be controversial because of my wick, but you know, I go by candle closes where the traders settle up, not where the wick is. You know, that just, again. Okay, Bitcoin is at the lows of the day right now, as you can see above my head. Just hit it. So 113.8 would be a target. That wouldn't be weird, man. 113.8, 114, and then 112 would be your previous discernible all-time high from late May. So 114, 112 is your downside targets in the short term, and there are no upside targets until we recapture 116.8, 116.6. Okay, you've broken that now today again. So, and that's the case. So you have to go with the data, and the data is showing us key support broken. So maybe we're just targeting for 114 until something changes. All right, which is unfortunately really bad for altcoins, especially the lesser thans. It's like altcoins are 1 step forward, 2 steps back for years. Bearish divergence on the monthly. On what? On Bitcoin futures or? No, nothing really. Not quite. I mean, yeah, a little bit maybe. If they really start reversing it here, it could be triple bearish divergence on the monthly in overbought territory, which would be actually very scary. It'd be like, is it Halloween already? Oh boy. Okay. So guess what we can do is shift gears to equities now.
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at 3D Systems Corporation DDD? Thank you.
Ariza, thanks for the 20. Yeah, we can look at that. We had looked at that, and it had a really cool, like, longer term setup with like that slightly lower low confirmation low at a key level from history. But I know it's been doing bad lately, just recently, because of like the macro. Everything's kind of been selling off outside of a couple big names like Meta, Microsoft, Amazon until today. Yeah, we'll look at it. Everything's just, I think we're kind of might be crescendoing the mania, which is unfortunate because that means finally correction time. The new month, there could be new price action. That's always what's worrisome. You get such a euphoric pump with no breaks, no pullbacks that ends like it did on the last day of the month. It is sus. It's like, okay, algos and bots just gonna, or they're gonna turn it off on the new month, and everything reverses. I've seen it before. We could see it again. Hope it doesn't happen, but dude, again, we're talking about froth is on top of froth in this market, and is kind of manic. Okay. We will look at that, Ariza. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. So here it is, man. I mean, just what do you want? All you want is Jesus chimes, highest monthly candle close in the history of the S&P 500. SPX also did it. Whatever. This is the ETF that is 2 months in a row, 2 record closes in a row, and that's it. That's it. Unstoppable for now. What you can do is look at the closes. Dow Jones Industrial Average, no record close, unfortunately. Sorry. Nope. But rivaled the all-time highs. We remember the futures. We saw an all-time high. I'll show you top right of your screen right now. That 45.97. That was an all-time high at open on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. We gapped up all-time highs, and then it was over. Back to where we were mid-July. Dang, man. So we had glory, but the glory was extremely short-lived. Okay. NASDAQ, though, the king of the kings. All-time highs, man. I mean, what do you want, dude? This is like That bullish hammer, only the Lord Jesus knew that the bullish pin bar really would have manifested into 3 months of godlike performance. What a trend, man. The only one that has this like curved line, like the S&P and Dow Jones, they're just standard trend lines. This one you have to use a curved line because it's just that this is where the animal spirits have been since the '09, since the recovery. Now it is kind of interesting, right? You look at the Nasdaq's monthly, and it's insane. It's like there really is somehow triple bearish divergence, and you thought maybe it's going to play out, and now you're back to being overbought again on the monthly. It's insane. Like, will this ever resolve, or would it just be whatever, dude? No big deal. See, we've had bearish divergence before, dude. 2000. In the end, look at that bearish divergence. See, really, I think the way you would have looked at the RSI on the Nasdaq during the dot-com bubble is like you're looking at the RSI like this. It's like, oh my god, dude, it's just bearish divergence, these lower levels, and then they go one more time, and then it's like, oh, I guess it's a fake out. I guess it never was, never will be, and then they ended up just peaking out at a lower level than the highest from 1996, and then it was over. But yeah, I don't even know if the market can do a tech bubble pop anymore due to the nature of how things changed after 2009 with the money printing, quantitative easing, all that. I don't know if we can get a 2000 where we have a dead decade. I'm not sure. Anything's possible, though. My IWM, my Russell 2000. It's nice. I gotta do that. Hey, that's really nice. That trend line at the lowest point of the fear with the tariffs and all that, it never got a candle close below it. And 3 months that are good, but unfortunately, you haven't even rivaled the old all-time highs from 2021 yet. So yeah, but it's still strong. You just keep making higher lows. You keep testing 230, 244. Given enough time, you'll eventually have a small cap breakout. It's a good trend, man. Real good trend. Kind of a little bit like BNB, but BNB finally broke out. This one hasn't yet. So I don't know what kind of market conditions we'd have to have for the small caps to actually have a price discovery breakout. It's been real tough. This is the worst performing by far of all the index funds, even if it looks like okay on the monthly. All right, Bitcoin lows of day, 115, 790. Not a great power hour, but at least power hour is living up to its name. All right, so we've looked at the index funds. We looked at all the top cryptos. Let us look at the Mag 7's monthlies because why not, man? 'Tis the season. Let us start with the king, today at least, Meta. There you go. 2 record closes in a row. You have not seen one negative histogram wick on Meta since March of 2023. That might be the craziest thing of the day to see that. I didn't even know. Can you believe it, man? Can you believe that's a thing? Only positive histogram wicks for, what is it, like 850 days. Crazy, man. Another world. Animal spirit bomb. Okay. Microsoft, 3 record closes in a row, up after hours 1%. What a day. It was a comical looking daily candle though. What'd they do? They ran up, and for the first time from the old high to the correction low, we achieved not just a 1414 but also a 1618, and that's it. I mean, it opened at 555, all-time high 555.45, and sold off all day and closed near the low of the candle, not lows of day but lows of candle. And that's why I'm saying it looks comical. It's like, what the am I looking at? Bitcoin continues to draw down 115,558, down almost 2% now. Yikes. So I'm wondering if this is an exhaustive gap, where it's not it's not far enough of a gap to be considered a breakaway gap. I don't think, especially with the performance today, I don't think the volume was high enough. I think this is like an exhaustive gap. Could be. Potential exhaustive gap. So that could be filling. It could be near the end of this kind of manic run, dude. And maybe all right, what was it? The last day of the entire month was this candle with the characteristic of an exhaustive gap. Huh. Just think about it. We'll see in the coming week or two if it actually is. But yeah, kind of whack, man. But glory to all the Microsoftians, the Bill Gates lovers, okay? Jesus chimes, sure. Yep, Jesus chimes. Absolutely, man. Well deserved. Microsoft did it, man. Okay, let us go to Amazon, which was the, one of the best of the day, intraday, until it wasn't when the closing bell occurred and they reported an amazing earnings. Like they killed it on earnings. But it doesn't matter because it was baked in. Like the run leading up to earnings, the data received on their cloud AWS yesterday that was so good, that they popped it. It pumped. It was up 2+%, almost 3% yesterday after the market closed. I mean, and then it had a powerful day today on earnings day. And it's like, you can't be that surprised, man, that it dumped into that. And it was all happening at an 88% retrace from the previous high to low. So you can't ever ignore that. We know like Meta was at 100%, it just gapped up. Yeah, that happens, but sometimes it's a perfect spot. So down 6.65%. It was down over 7% earlier. But yeah, I think it wasn't too bad till I think their conference call, the earnings call. And then there must have been something said in there that the bots didn't like, market participants didn't like. So this daily, it's just like, you just happened to be at the 88% retrace, or just slightly, it's right there. With all that bearish divergence still on the MACD histogram, it was a continuance, dude, for sure. Just lots of it, and just, how you doing? Okay. So I don't know if it'll be a breakaway gap or anything, but you're just going to gap down, and we'll probably eventually recover and rally. Okay. But new month, man. What a crescendo. Look at this. We did not make an all-time high on the monthly on Amazon. It was your second highest monthly candle close ever. Apple reported, and it was okay, but dude, this monthly close is pretty terrible. Up 2% after hours. That is a nothing burger. Literally nothing burger. That's a gap that will probably fill very soon, if not tomorrow itself. Still below the key inflection point on the daily, weekly. Monthly, it's not really that visible. Can't really see it. But it's good. I mean, I guess anything above $200 is fine. That's great. Great trend. It's amazing. But, yeah, there's not much demand for this asset, clearly. I think this is stock market's forward-looking, and there's not enough innovation or CapEx or any reason to think Apple is going to be doing something that would change the status quo of where it's going. As you can see on the daily, it did not have a good few days and just gapped up, and it's still trading lower than it was trading July 7th. July 24th kind of confirmed a top at resistance support, and I was like, okay, just still chopping, no breakaway gap. I figured, hey man, there might be something in the earnings report or on the conference call that could catalyze a breakaway gap and we start going, but it didn't happen. Unfortunately, it did not happen. Can't be real excited on Apple until we're above 220 and the 200-day simple moving average. That's about it. Filling a gap at 223 is crazy. Here are your futures. Looking at them. S&P top left, Dow Jones top right, NASDAQ 100 futures bottom left, Russell 2000 bottom right. Man, they really, the Jerome Powell FOMC volatility crescendoed, and then evening starred, and then we're now at the lowest prices seen since the 23rd for the S&P and the NASDAQ. Lowest level seen on the Dow Jones since July 16th. Russell 2000 lowest level since July 16th as well. So there you go, man. The party is over for at least today. We don't know if it's the beginning of the end for, you know, a correction. Well, yeah, the thing that hasn't happened since the bottom in April, there hasn't been a correction or a retrace of significance at all. Just number go up. Okay, let us look at the actual King of Kings, which is Nvidia. 3 months of just beauty. I guess bullish pin bar in April, and that is incredible. 24%, 17%, 12.58%. Just killed it, man. Never seen it close this high before. Down 0.78% today, even though it was up at the beginning. Down 0.9% after hours. Phenomenal. We got this nice channel here that is just like, what are you worried about on Nvidia? Nothing, no problems here. You hit a 1414 fib extension for the first time ever from your previous major high to the lowest point in April. So we hit another fib node. We have not, and it's pretty cool to see that this heart line still being respected as resistance again. So if they can hold within this channel long enough, we can break the heart line. You can still see there's good upside. I mean, up to the 1618, it's like 193, 194. If we're in the 190s, I think it's very probable they're going to try to push for the 200, that psychological level. Just because that's how it is. It's another type of those phenomena. Gap fills, rule of three, and then it's the 90 high probability of 100, the other rounded number, the new rounded number. Like, there's a stat on stocks. If for their first time they have ever seen $91, there's like a 90% chance they see 100, even if they hit it in reverse or they exceed it and then reverse violently after and never see it again. That is just, so I'm thinking like it's the same thing when you get to 190. They probably want 200. So beautiful trend, man. The semiconductors have just been very good. Some better than others. Definitely not created equal. But Intel, what the, you know? It's like, we're going to do this, and then the macro is finally going to top out, and then the macro is going to sell off, and it's like, well, it's almost like the altcoins. Intel like an altcoin. Just wasn't able to catch really much of the bids during any sort of the runs for other assets, and then people start taking profit on the ones that actually did stuff, and they just continue to sell off, and it's like, all right, Google down 2.3%. Beautiful channel here on the daily. They did yesterday see the top of the channel. Today sold off, and interesting, they did defend again this old high from July last year, 1 year ago. They held it, but you should worry about one high and a confirmation high here. New month, maybe new price action after such a great run. How's the monthly? It was the second highest monthly candle close on Google ever, so not bad. 4 positive months in a row. We have not been able to see 200 or 203 since we topped out at the beginning of the year. So, okay, not all-time highs. Let's go to Tesla. My God, the most disappointing Mag 7 of them all. I don't know. Apple and Tesla, I guess, are really trying. for last place. Like they're fighting it out. Who's gonna be the worst? And it's so Tesla down 3.3%, down another 0.4% after hours. Nearing the demand line of the neutral symmetrical triangle structure, nearing some really key support resistances. Broke one. I mean, it was nice. Yesterday they were holding 313.62, and today they just breach it and close near the lows of the day. So it does look like, unless something changes, we might be going for a $300 test. And if that's the case, man, I hope it holds. Because if not, bye-bye. See you at 260. And we're nearing the point, right, where the probability of resolution is impending because we are so close to this apex, deeply within the symmetrical triangle's development. It's already developed. So resolution impending. Can't be surprised if it's coming soon. All right, so we just looked at the Mag 7. Here's your monthly. Still not dead. I mean, this is the most disappointing. I don't know. Again, Apple and Tesla, equally awful, equally the worst. But at least Tesla, they held a key support this month. It is so undeniable. It's so real in its validity. $300. They held it. Not just last month, but also this month. So that's what you got going. You're not dead till you're below 300. It just sucks. Bitcoin with 6 minutes to go till the monthly, daily candle close at its lows. Yikes. Skibidi toilet. Yep, that's the yeah, BK. Sure, dude. That's crazy, man. It's crazy, dude. And you watch a stream and you say something like that when it's like been here years and we have evidence of so many assets that looked great and they played out legendarily, life-changing gains. And then, yeah, I've always discussed that it's just a framework. And so people keep ignoring that a framework equals entries, stop losses, and then take profits. Guess what? You have a stop loss there because it's not certain that it'll play out. So yeah, threshold on Tesla is going to be below 300. So it's like I don't get it, you know. People be like, you know, something like LAC, for instance. Oh, okay, dude. People would be hating on LAC. Dude, LAC got destroyed 25% down in like 7 days or 6 days. But then BABA, same type of structure. Beautiful at supports from history and all that. And it's just like, my God, dude, hit 3-4 targets. It's like still waiting on target 4. It's not even over yet. Not even done. You know, all these ones that were successful, no one wants to talk about those. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The lack of gratitude, I'll tell you that. I'm here live for free, streaming every day, trying to impart in you the things that people that were way smarter than me, okay, I learned from their teachings, and I'm trying to teach you what they taught me, what I've been taught, what I've read. And it's like all about probabilities, risk management, stop losses, entries, take profits, not acting like you know where an asset's going next, and you can still make money. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, but hey, one day the sands of time will consume me, and you'll be like, dang, man, Ray was a real one when he was here. So thanks for being here. We got 3 minutes and change till the daily and monthly close. I guess hit that like button, that bell, that sub if you want. Yeah, a lot of these coins, man, done for. They're cooked. They look cooked in the short term. Big time cooked. A lot of failed back tests. Lots of them, man. Wow. Pathetic, dude. Like, they've all failed to defend key levels as support. And my God, dude, it's sad. Looking at these is very, very disappointing. There's just not a market outside of, maybe a week or two of pumps, and then it's over. That's all you get in crypto. And then you got to like sit in like, oh, okay, it's a potential pattern and it's developed and it's matured. And it's like, okay, now I got to like risk all this time, with my money sitting in a scam. And then I got to just parade the TA respected in 6 weeks. And then it runs up and then like fails, makes the lowest high in years and is collapsing now, right? That is crypto. It is net negative on human society, for sure. It is still confirmed a net negative, not a positive, okay? Now, we're not talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not crypto. Crypto is everything that is not Bitcoin. Pictures of monkeys, rug pulls, hot Tua girls, pictures of potatoes, and fake virtual yachts. That's crypto. Memes, but mainly liquidity grabs and rug pulls. That's it, dude. That's crypto. And even if things pump, it will still remain that. They will always be Beanie Babies one way or another. Okay? All right, here we go. We got 43 seconds till the daily and the monthly close. We have 43 seconds or 38 seconds till the highest monthly candle close in the history of Bitcoin and Binance Coin. And I don't think XRP, due to the fact that Bitcoin is lower than it was when we started the stream. So, oh yeah, and BitBoy, yeah, we get drug addict weirdos with media packs for scam coin rug pulls. And he will accept your money to promote scams to his massive Moon Boy audience. Those people will become victims, and he will blow all his money, and he'll go insane and be in jail. It's a dead end. There it is, chat. History. Hi in the chat. We love Bitcoin. It's done, dude. History. Never before seen a close this high, and it's amazing. So if you're still here, you've been here for years, you win, I win, we all win with Bitcoin. BNB, a little bit more arduous and tumultuous of a journey, but in the end, CZ wins. The Thanos of the scam coins. He has taken the liquidity and put it into his glove. All the stones, that's CZ with his scam coins. It's all in his BNB now. Thank you for playing. All-time highs. And then XRP, did we do it? Nah, that's what I was afraid of. No Jesus chimes. XRP made its second highest monthly candle close ever. Pathetic. But a nice candle where it was up 35% in 30 days. 31 days, whatever. We did it, man. Okay, well, we got one request, and then I'm out of here, man. Y'all can fend for yourselves after we look at 3D. Yep, very disappointing on the monthly close. I mean, the monthly close could be it's actually interesting. No one may be able to believe it, how this monthly was on 3D printing, on 3D systems. But I'll show you. It's a potential inverted hammer. Yeah. So here it is on the monthly. Okay, Pariza. Here is the monthly close. That is a textbook. Even if it fails and doesn't play out or catch follow through, I'm not going to ever apologize for pointing out a potential Japanese candlestick reversal. That is a textbook inverted hammer, and it's a bullish engulfing candle from last month, like a doji reversal that caught follow through. So, I mean, you have a couple candles here that are very intriguing on the monthly, and it's not just that. It's not about the candles themselves. It's about where they have developed. Well, let's just look left and see. Oh, my God. It is the level of all levels. 1994, 1999, 2003, 2009, 1991. And it's locally, you have one low and you have a second low. So, argument only strengthening. It could fail, right? It's not certain. But dang, man, that's pretty freaking good. You are at a bottom of bottoms. It would be bucking history to fail at 160, 150. That's it. Yeah, weekly. Yeah, did not have a good day. But what you gonna do, man? On something like this, you have to look at just the monthly and weekly, and say, all right, man, I understand it's not good on the day, but it's such a massive structure that maybe, in the coming weeks things get better. But yeah, if the macro starts rolling over because they're going to finally rug pull these Mag 7s, it's not going to be a conducive environment for bids for 3D Systems Corporation, okay? No matter which way you spin it.
You commentary is next level. Hilarious. I hate when you talk about leaving one day.
Well, it's, either voluntarily or against my will, right? The universe takes me, but, man, I've been doing this 7.5 years. That's a long time to be doing the same thing, man. And,
Hi, Mitch, can we check H-bar?
What's up, Bjorn? Thank you, dude, for the 2826. Thank you, man. And when sometimes, it's like you feel one way about how it's been going, people get burnt out. People feel like, you're showing up, and it's just like, okay, do people really value it? I didn't sell out. I didn't ever scam anybody. I just show up, no ads. And it's like, sometimes you just feel like, dang, man, is this it, Your YouTube subs don't grow. It's like, Bitcoin's all-time highs. Well, you aren't growing, maybe 300 subs every couple months, and YouTube discoverability is gone. They've killed YouTube for the smaller content creators, especially live streaming. I mean, it's all monopolized by the TV stations that they got rid of. They have taken back control. So it is, YouTube is now cable TV. And I don't make them money because I don't monetize. So, they don't. Why would they ever promote me to anyone new? So it just gets to a point where you get demoralized. You just think, man, there's just more to life sometimes. So, okay, so that was 3D. H bar from its high point to low point hit a 618, not once but twice. And that's the golden retrace. I mean, that's the top of the golden zone. Those are like, typical areas where impulses and retraces conclude in the short term. And so you kind of have like a confirmation high. And unfortunately, yesterday's candle wasn't any better because you have, okay, so I'm just showing you, okay? This is not like, okay. Did this happen in June 2021 where the price ran and reversed at that point? A lot. Yes, it did. Did it reverse in 2022 at that level? Not once, but twice, and collapsed. That is very true. So we know, without a shadow of a doubt, that is extremely real inflection point where big things happen on tests. Okay? Well, guess what just happened yesterday on HBA? They went and they tested it and confirmed its validity as a resistance again. That's what they did. So until you recapture 26.6 cents, it's kind of scary. It's kind of like, wow, you were at the tip top. The very tip top. And you can clearly see what happens to it could be going to 18 cents if it just repeats history. So that is like concerning to me. If you care about H-bar, that is a concern. Now above 26.6 cents, hey man, we're probably good. You're probably really good above 23 cents because that's a swing low and that's a double top neckline. So it's all about that. So I would just keep your eye on that ancient level. That's 4 years ago it was manufactured, and there have been serious consequences when it's regarded as resistance, and they just did it after hitting the 618 and once and twice. So make of that what you will. Okay, Bjorn, thank you for the super chat, man. Well, that's it for me. Been live now over an hour, and we covered the monthly close. Hopefully you got some value out of the stream. If not, whatever. Thanks for coming out. I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the T. Hey.
Hi Mitch, can we check H-bar?
Beach ain't doing things.
Sid Barrett dipped $25. Mayor of Greenbow, could you please take a look at CRO? Thanks for everything. Boomer Sooner, says Benito.
Hey, Sid. Thank you, dude, for 25. A little late. But yeah, here's Crow. 3 amazing weeks. And this week you're finally stalling out at that 200 week simple moving average. And that's it. I mean, there's not much to do if you care about fresh longs. You wait for a pullback because it's just gone, man. I mean, like 31% into 13% into 20%. That's insane. So it's a great area maybe for a pullback. Bearish and golden candle confirmed below 14.4 cents. Non-stop. Unstoppable on Crow. So at some point a pullback's going to occur. There's no bearish divergence though on the daily. It's insane. So any pullback you get is probably going to be short-lived, and they'll probably pivot it and run again. Now the 4-hour though, yeah, looking a little toppy. I mean, buyers are looking a little exhausted. They keep trying and trying, and they keep failing. And yeah, the RSI diverging, no positive momentum on the same highs. Yeah, it looks like a little toppy in the short term, but again, it probably won't be a significant drawdown. Maybe 13 cents. And they maybe reset it, and we run again when Bitcoin pivots. But yeah, it looks a little toppy. Thanks again, dude. Appreciate y'all.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.